we here to talk about Big U, Big U. If you haven't been paying attention, basically there's been a whole Rico situation, Rico case with the whole Big U situation, rolling 60 situations, Rolandos and all that type of activity. So we here to talk about that real quick, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to just get right into it. So a recent update we did get is now Big U pleads not guilty to massive list of alleged crimes. Again, if you've been living under a rock, Big U's one of them ones in LA, you know, a big figure. Not just in stature and size, but also, I guess, as like popularity or influence as well. So basically, yeah, he's part of the Rolling 60s Crips. You know, they do their thing. He was doing a lot of community work and all this and that. Basically, a lot of like ties to the entertainment industry and this and that and that and this. With that being said, right, there was like a RICO act for the Rolling 60s. They all got locked up. Big U turned himself in. A lot of crimes, extortion, all this other bullshit he was on or allegedly did. Especially some of the shit he said about Nipsey Hussle. Now, I remember when Wack and them on the Wack and Adam show, they did the thing with the whole... They brought Loose Cannon and they also locked up Loose Cannon and Brick Baby, by the way. Anyways, I don't... Yeah, the Brick Baby... anyways, I'm getting confused and shit. But yeah, with the whole Wack and Adam show when they invited Loose Cannon and he said that potentially Big U had something to do with Nipsey's past, and I was like, Big Dog, yeah, they're going, yeah. Cause let's not get it fucked up. We all know LA is gangland, and we all know the police, like, they know what it is, and hey, they ain't over here just doing some fuck shit. Because they know what it is, especially if you're a high-ranking or highly notarized or notorious like figure. Like, they know, yeah, they gotta come correct. They can't just lock you up on some bullshit because the city will be upset or something. Like, it's a very gangland, like, gang rules type of place LA is. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said... Yeah, they had this big-ass RICO indictment, and they came to get all these boys, regardless of how much the police know what it is, or they know how much gangs impact the area, or how LA is viewed as gangland, and there's so many gang organizations. No, they'll still lock your ass up now. They could like your ass, too. They'll be like, oh, fuck with him, he cool. Lock your ass up. You know what I'm saying? But even with that being said, like, just that and a whole laundry list of fucking, or grocery list, whatever the fuck you want to say, of, like, crimes against him, basically, he says he's not guilty. So we're here to break that shit down. But yeah, ever since that Nipsey Hussle thing, I'm like, yeah, them boys, I don't know about that shit. And I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but I don't know about that shit. And then I recently watched the Trap Lord Rights documentary. And I was just like, big dog. And honestly, yeah, Big U and Wack 100 is related. There's like, anyways, let's get to it now. Let's get to it. I've been talking y'all ears off enough. Big U's trial will be kicking off on May 20th. Oh, wow. Who else is May? Diddy's May too, right? Shit, we got some trials to discuss. Nigga, Diddy's bullshit is in May. This is in May. Oh, we got some shit to talk about. Shit. Anyways. As he faces life in prison for a number of alleged crimes. Eugene Henley Jr., better known as Big U, has pled not guilty in a federal. Hey, the feds ain't taking. Hey, the feds gonna take some specific cases. They ain't taking everything. If you realize something, I think the feds is on the Diddy case as well. The feds never went for the Young Thug case because I felt like they were there like, we don't have much information and shit to really get them boys, so we just gonna leave it alone. The feds never intervened, but this one the feds came in on. But anyways, a federal racketeering case which includes charges of moida, extortion, and much more. According to XXL, the alleged gang leader appeared in court in downtown Los Angeles on Tuesday for his arraignment and entering a not guilty plea on all of the charges. His trial will kick off on May 20th. If convicted, he faces life in prison. Authorities originally unsealed the sweeping indictment against Big U back on March 19th. They allege he ran a group identified as the Big U Enterprise, which used his connections with the Rolling 60s as well as other street gangs to target businesses and individuals in Los Angeles. They cite allegations of moida, extortion, robbery, sex trafficking, some shit, fraud, and illegal gambling. Afterward, Big U hopped on social media to deny the charges before turning himself in. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community, he said at the time, but I guess it is what it is. This is the price of being black and trying to help your community and do what you can. Yo, Megan Cunniff be covering everything. I ain't gonna lie. I learned that name from the Tory and Meg situation. She be covering everything. Among the many charges authorities hit Big U with are 1 count of conspiracy to violate the RICO Act, 2 counts of conspiracy to intervene with commerce by robbery or extortion, Hobbs Act. So basically, extorting or robbery of like businesses, stores, stuff like that. 1 count of Hobbs Act robbery, 9 counts of attempted Hobbs Act extortion, 5 counts of Hobbs Act extortion, 1 count of transportation of an individual in interstate commerce with intent that the individual engaged in prostitution, Mann Act, 15 counts of wire fraud, 5 counts of embezzlement, conversion, and intentional misapplication of funds from an organization receiving federal funds. So basically, were they saying because he ran like something for the community and people would donate money so he could benefit the community and do all this other stuff for the community and stuff. So are they basically saying that he was money laundering the money? He was taking some shit off the top to pay himself or pay the guys or whatever and use it for other stuff. Maybe put it in the Rolling 60s pocket so they could buy weapons or whatever. So they basically insinuated a lot of shit pretty much. 1 count of bank fraud, 1 count of tax evasion. Every nigga tax evasion. I'm not gonna lie, like no disrespect. And they got Wesley Snipes. I remember when they got in Wesley Snipes for tax evasion. That was crazy. But yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. But anyways, and 2 counts of willful failure to file a tax return. That's crazy. Anyways, U.S. Attorney Joseph McNally said in a press release at the time that the indictment will make LA safer, as the indictment alleges Mr. Henley led a criminal enterprise whose conduct ranged from moida to sophisticated fraud that included stealing from taxpayers and a charity. He said, yeah, that is crazy. If he's stealing from a charity, that is insane. He said, eradicating gangs and organized crime is the Department of Justice's top priority. Today's charges against the leadership of this criminal outfit will make our neighborhoods in Los Angeles safer. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yeah, and it was like a fucking 43 count indictment, bro. 43. Brother. Hey, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Like, there's some shit, bro, I just really don't know. I just want to see how the fuck this shit is going to play out. Again, we're going to see what the fuck happens, bro. That would be insane. Now, again, we've heard of Big U as the figure. We know LA is gangland, but even with that being said, like, we just going to see exactly what happens and how this RICO happens, what's going to happen to Loose Cannon, what's going to happen with Brick Baby. Like, we still trying to see this shit. But yeah, I ain't going to lie. See, that's why I do have some backlash with Adam, or not even backlash, or I have some thoughts on Adam 22, because as much as, yes, he has done this thing, and I'm not going to sit here and discredit his business acumen or what he has built with No Jumper, but like, bro, you rely on that gang shit a lot. So as much as, yes, this shit could have potentially already happened, yes, you brought extra light to it with your platform. I'm not going to sit here and act like he didn't. That's one thing. It's the same way academics in the war in Iraq, you brought extra light to what the fuck was going on over there. Let's keep the book. Because not everybody around the world is like, oh shit, that really be going on. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, dog. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna. Hey, man. I ain't gonna lie. This is just crazy. We gonna see what happens. If it's true he was doing all this shit, like, yeah, niggas be checking in. I wouldn't be surprised niggas getting money off that shit. The rigged gambling games, dice games. Like, oh, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. If that shit was 100% true, let's keep it a buck. But, like, stealing from a charity, using federal money to fund, like, other organizations, big dog. Hey, man, let's just see what goes on. What do y'all think? Comments down below, links in the description. Besides that, it's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. The Black TJ there while they're doing this thing. My name ring bells like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe. You trying to hit a little bit more there. Me and I'm gone. Shalom, Zoom, peace, shows, gang. Aye.